Well, welcome back to CEO Central. It's been a busy few weeks. Events are really starting to gather pace in our campaign against mandatory pre-commitment, or what we're calling the licence to punt. Cast your mind back to 11 April. We kicked off our campaign at the Marrickville Bowls Club, a little club in suburban Sydney, 22 poker machines, just completely unable to install expensive technology that won't help problem gamblers. Since that date, there's been an awful lot of press in the mainstream media, but also in the suburban press and out in the country, where we are getting terrific support because people who have common sense know what all of this means. It means the end of our clubs if they're expected to buy new technology for no purpose. We know what the impact is going to be. I do not hear support for the licence to punt, for mandatory pre-commitment. It simply doesn't exist. Certainly there are vocal anti-gambling lobbyists who want to see this come in, but they don't really have the interests of problem gamblers at heart. The amount of support for our position is growing, and just last week on Friday, all the state and territory governments came together with the federal government and they discussed this proposal, the Wilkie proposal, and they rejected it. They said that they would not support mandatory pre-commitment. And this is hugely important. These are the governments who regulate gambling and have done for half a century, and they have uniformly rejected it. They've said that they're willing to talk about a system of pre-commitment that's voluntary, and they're willing to look at other things, targeted measures to help problem gamblers, but they will not support mandatory pre-commitment. They've also talked about introducing restrictions on online gambling, which we think is common sense. It needs to be more tightly regulated than it currently is. Tara Moriarty, the Secretary of the Liquor Trade Union in New South Wales, has said that she does not support mandatory pre-commitment, that she's concerned for the jobs of her members, and she's right to voice her concern about it. Lifeline is saying that mandatory pre-commitment won't help people with a problem. They will continue to gamble. We need to look at other measures to help them. The federal government, if they can't get the states and territories to agree to this, have until about May 2012 to introduce legislation to try and pass mandatory pre-commitment. Now, that gives us 12 months to really work our campaign hard. What do we need to do? Well, at the club level, have a staff meeting. Tell your people that their jobs are at risk, and they are, and that they really should be actively behind us, talking to their family and their friends about what mandatory pre-commitment will do. It will kill their job. You should be talking to the groups that you support, community and sporting groups who you fund each year and you support year in, year out. Let them know that their funding is at risk and that they need to speak to their local member, to people who have an interest in this. Speak to the community groups as well, hugely important. Talk to your members. There are millions of members out there. Get the posters up and the coasters out, put banners up, talk to your members about what this will mean. If your club survives, well, the price of membership will go up, the price of beer will go up, the price of food will go up, the use of facilities will all of a sudden become very expensive. Tell your members what this is all about. Speak to your MP directly. Get on the phone to him or her. Say that this is a policy that they simply cannot support. So we need as many people as possible to go to our website, itsunaustralian.com.au, sign the petition and send the e-letter to their MP. Thank you for watching, and thank you for all your support.